And staying at the White House, President Donald Trump has continued his hardline stance on Canada. On Tuesday, the commander-in-chief lashed out at America's northern neighbor, calling it one of the nastiest countries to deal with amid escalating trade tensions. Speaking to Fox News, the president was asked why he appeared tougher on Canada than on larger adversaries, to which he responded bluntly, and I quote, "Only because it meant to be our 51st state."
One of the nastiest countries to deal with is Canada. The people that, now this was Trudeau, the people that good old Justin, I call him Governor Trudeau, his people were nasty. And they weren't telling the truth. They never told the truth.
President Trump also took a swipe at Pierre Poilievre, leader of Canada's opposition Conservative Party, making it clear that he's not a fan. Poilievre has also been a vocal critic of Trump's policies and has distanced himself from the American president.
Conservative that's running is stupidly no friend of mine. I don't know him, but he said negative things. So when he says negative things, I couldn't care less. I think it's easier to deal actually with a liberal.
The remarks by President Trump added to his litany of controversial comments about Canada. However, the statements were swiftly dismissed by the Canadian government. In fact, last week, after the new Prime Minister Mark Carney was sworn in, he declared Canada will never be absorbed into the United States and rejected President Trump's annexation threats. Rather, Prime Minister Carney signaled a willingness to redefine the partnership between the two nations, emphasizing the need for mutual respect.
We will never, ever, in any way, shape, or form, be part of the United States. America is not Canada. Look at the ceremony we just had. You could not have had that ceremony. You would not have that ceremony in America. Look at the cabinet behind me. You would not have that cabinet in America. You do not have that cabinet in America. We are a very fundamentally different country. I look forward to speaking with President Trump, just to be clear. We respect the United States. We respect President Trump. President Trump has put some very important issues at the top of his agenda. We understand his agenda. We understand the importance of addressing the scourge of fentanyl, which is a challenge here in Canada as well as the United States.
The trade war between the United States and Canada has placed significant strain on their historically strong relations. With tariffs in place, businesses in both countries are feeling the heat as nationalistic sentiment rises on both sides of the border. As President Trump continues his confrontational approach, the question remains, where exactly is the off-ramp for the once close allies?
Do you think that Ukraine is at its weakest position?
This war is not about Ukraine.
Do you believe that your president was insulted? Yes or no question. Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Diplomacy will work?
Yes.
Do you think Russia will give up the territory if there is no ceasefire? Do you propose to keep fighting?
We are ready to resist.
Do you think there will be peace?
Many countries gave us 3 days.
President Trump said you don't have any cards.
We do not have another choice.
How do you keep fighting?
You ask me once again the same question.
Because you've not answered my question.
We have enough capacities to keep fighting.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Lakshman.
Good afternoon.
Making headlines in India well before you landed here.
New Delhi has raised concerns in the recent past vis-a-vis the Khalistani separatists that operate in New Zealand. How do you propose to address these concerns?
In our democracy, we believe in the freedom of speech.
Organizations like the Al-Qaeda or ISIS were to hold a referendum in New Zealand, something related to one of your Western partners. Would you say the same?
We have very well-defined laws in our democracy.
No specific conversation on Khalistan on this visit.
It was raised with me. I also raised back our position.
Are you willing to be open to these concerns from New Delhi?
As I keep coming back to you to say, we have strong laws in our system.